Hi, my name is Lucy Dawson and welcome to 7th grade language arts. So excited to have your kids in my class this year. A little bit about me. This is my 4th year teaching at Cary Academy, my 13th year teaching in general. I went to Duke undergrad, then went to St. John's for my graduate degree. My first school was St. Stephen St. Agnes in Alexandria, where I taught upper school English. Then I went on to Baltimore, Maryland to McDonough, where I also taught upper school English, and then came to Cary Academy. And top right is my family, Eleanor, 5, and Liam is 3. Now to the class. For our first trimester, you might remember that your kids read Refugee over the summer, and we did a brief sort of project with that at the beginning of the year. But Refugee sort of kicks off a major theme and topic for a lot of 7th grade, which is learning about the global refugee crisis, and doing a deep dive research project called the Migration Collaboration Project. So in October and November, kids will be choosing a topic within migration, and doing a deep dive, learning about how to find resources, how to evaluate them, how to take notes, and then they're going to actually write a research paper. This will also include hearing from local organizations and people and groups who support and serve local refugees and immigrants. And they're going to come up with their own original way in groups to help support local refugees and immigrants. We also, this trimester, talk about the musical Come From Away, which is around September 11th, and the planes that were flying to the United States that were diverted to Gander, Newfoundland. It's all about welcoming newcomers, which of course is connected to our Migration Collaboration Project. We also ask students to connect to their own migration story. If you have a personal family migration story, we're so lucky at CA that we have families from all over the place, all over the United States and all over the world. So we encourage our students to ask their family about their own migration story, because really we're all immigrants. You might have already talked to your child about this, or know that that's probably coming. And we do then have them map their migration stories onto a big map we have out in the hallway for 7th grade, and it's really amazing to see all of the amazing places that our students come from. Second trimester, we move on to the graphic narrative, the memoir of March, which is the story of John Lewis, the late and great congressman who fought relentlessly his whole life for civil rights. So we talk about what it means to stand up for what you believe in, and we also talk about the medium of comics and how that works with text-image relationships. It's a nice tie-in to the social justice we discussed in Try 1 with Migration Collaboration. We also do an Ubuntu performance project. You might remember this from 6th grade. 6th graders write a poem, and the 7th graders take these poems and create silhouette dramas from them, and it's a really beautiful collaboration. And then 8th grade adds on digital elements. So it's a lovely sort of project that weaves through all 3 grades within the middle school, and it's all around the theme of Ubuntu. Third trimester, we'll move on to Animal Farm, the classic book, and talk about power and government. We'll also do literature circles, where students will be able to choose a book among many that relate to what they're studying in world history. And then we'll end the year with some sort of debate or persuasion project. We really focus on skills in language arts. We talk a lot about the writing process, about brainstorming, outlining, drafting, revising, getting lots of feedback from peers, from teachers, and that whole process. It's not just something you sit down and do and then it's done. We talk about the art of discussion, and how to have a robust and healthy and productive dialogue. We talk about public speaking. We talk about the skills of reading and annotating and reading closely, and reading for underlying meaning, and we practice these skills throughout the year. We have all different kinds of assessments. We like to really keep it varied and interesting. Kids get a lot of choice in their assessments. We do a research paper and talk about research skills for sure, and that's going to be a major assessment. We like also to involve real world impact, so we talk about that with migration collaboration specifically. Graphic narrative memoirs, they will create their own memoir that will be sort of in a comic style in conjunction with March, the John Lewis memoir. We do analytical essays and talk about formulating an argument, backing up with evidence, and how to structure that. The Silhouette play production with Ubuntu T2, lots of opportunities for creative writing, and as I said earlier, choice. Some of our technological applications are No Red Ink, the online grammar program that they started actually in 6th grade. Memping is for vocabulary. It's customized and personalized for each student where they are in terms of their grammar. It's a really effective program to build their vocabulary. And OneNote is where all of our class notes and videos and content material lives. Also overviews for projects and rubrics, etc. If you want to see what the homework is or what the classwork is each week, we get Glance and Blackbaud in the bulletin section is where you can find that. And grades are posted in the assignment center in Blackbaud. If you want to get involved, which we of course encourage you to do so, ask your child about what they're reading. Independent reading is something we hope they do every night for 20 minutes because building a love for reading and a habit of reading is one of the most important things we can do. If they're looking for a good book, you can check out Novelist Plus, which they can access through the library at CA, or Goodreads online. Please help to make reading a priority in your home. And you can even ask if you can play Memping. You can tell them to scoot over and you can play and get a sense for what that vocabulary building program is like. That's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And please email me if you have any questions. It's going to be a great year.